Hello. I'm in my cozies right now. I'm cozied up. Today, we're going to be talking about the Best Picture nominations. I don't really like awards shows very much. I find them kind of pompous, but I do find them culturally valuable in as far as they give me an excuse to bother the people in my life about the movies I've been watching. So, in honor of that, I guess, here are all of the Best Picture nominees, in no particular order, and also only 9 of them. I haven't watched Sentimental Value, the piracy website that I was getting these from. The subtitles weren't working properly, so I couldn't watch it. Sinners. I really liked Sinners. I enjoy a movie confident enough to entirely bisect itself between grounded character drama and gory supernatural bottle thriller. And also I really liked the vampires of the movie. They're very dangerous and evil and spooky, but the film also makes sure to let the audience know that they are definitely still the people that they once were. Like, the final scene is just someone talking to them, and they don't try to rip his throat out. And, I feel like that's a really interesting way to present them compared to being just sort of a slave to their own evil, nasty desires. The nastiness is there, but so is the person that used to exist as well. It's a lot like another very recently released movie that I can't say the name of because that would spoil it. 7 out of 10. Really liked this one.
Every bit of it.
Train Dreams. Quite dull. Very pretty movie, but also quite dull. I do not care about this stupid man. I do not care about his stupid dead wife. 3 out of 10.
Run.
Frankenstein. So I got into movies basically in October of last year. I started going to the cinema just sort of 2 to 4 times a week and kind of just watching whatever was on. And the way that started was I checked what was on at my local cinema and I saw, the new Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein is here. I'll go watch that. It might be good. And yeah, it was pretty good. It was a good introduction to movies for me. It's a good starter movie. You can put it in the movie's starter pack. One thing that was in my mind whilst watching it, though, was there's this really good theatre production of it, the Danny Boyle one with Benedict Cumberbatch. It starts at the moment of the creature's birth, and the first, quarter of an hour is just it flopping around on the floor and learning the muscle coordination necessary for movement. And the Del Toro movie, it obviously has different concerns, right? It needs to tell the whole Victor's story and be reasonably paced as a cinematic feature. And I even feel like it handles the creature's development reasonably well, but even so, I still find myself watching it and going, they're really skipping past the good bit, aren't they? So yeah, fine enough. It's all right. Give this one a 6 out of 10.
Why?
Bye.
Why?
Bye.
Why?
Hamnet. Oh, all right. So the book that this movie is based on is about the idea that Shakespeare wrote Hamlet as an homage to his dead son. And I guess my issue is that I don't really buy it that much. Obviously there's an element of it in there. The guy is called Hamlet. But also I think that there's a lot more in Hamlet, the play, than this film seems to want to acknowledge. Okay, within the dead son framework of analysis, what are we actually supposed to make of the scene where Hamlet flies into a blind rage and starts slut-shaming Ophelia? It just doesn't track that well when we're supposed to see Hamlet as, this unblemished hero figure. There is, still some pretty cool stuff in the movie. The child performances are excellent, and the way it handles death is, really actually extremely beautiful and moving. But then even that is counterbalanced by things like the scene where Shakespeare is standing on the bridge about to off himself, and he starts reciting the to be or not to be. Like, did he just come up with that just now? God damn. Yeah, a 3 out of 10 for this one. I did not like it.
Não, mas eu sei usar um martelo.
The Secret Agent. It's all right. It's a very long movie, so it did kind of start to lose me towards the end. But still, it's very cool to see like such a vivid depiction of a culture and time period that I'm not really familiar with. So yeah, let's say 5 out of 10 for this one.
You think it's that simple? Yeah, I do.
Marty Supreme. Fine movie. I don't think I got as much out of it as other people seem to get. It didn't really like cohere for me entirely, but still, it's really, really fun to watch Chalamet's Marty just going about his insane, unhinged business. 6 out of 10. F1. F1 the movie. Okay. So I'm not an F1 nerd, right? Like, I have a passing knowledge of it because my dad is really into it, but I don't really know anything besides, like, the absolute basics and a couple of the names of the people who are in it. It's like, my question for people who also aren't into F1, did you have the same experience as I did whilst watching this movie, where, like, for the first 30 entire minutes, you thought that it was based on a true story? Like, I just thought that had to be it, right? Because, like, what else were they going to do? But then I got, like, a decent ways in and thought, okay, no, this is definitely set in the present day. Who even is this guy? And then I took my phone out and looked up Sonny Hayes and found out that he's made up. They made up a guy and put him in F1. He isn't real. So, yeah, now that I know that most of the people with speaking parts in this don't actually exist, I can freely and confidently state that they're all really lame and I don't like watching them. So, you know, that in and of itself does kind of lower this one below the innate barrier of watchability, but I mean, there's some kind of decent stuff in there, like the race scenes are all really pretty and well shot, and there's a lot of cool strategy in them, and everything's like super exhilarating and cars going fast. And, you know, I ragged on the fact that they made up a guy and put him in F1, but I do also think that the kind of fiction-reality hybrid that this movie is implicitly just kind of funny. Like, there's certain bits where Sonny will be driving really, really fast, and the announcer guy will come on and he'll be like, he's coming up on the inside, he's passing Bottas, and then it'll cut to Sonny in the cockpit and he'll be like, yes, fuck you, Bottas. So yeah, that amuses. Also, I think it's really interesting and kind of weird how this movie uses exploits, right? Like, Sonny's strategy overwhelmingly throughout the entire movie just seems to be like using weird edge cases to gain an advantage. There's this bit where he intentionally does the formation lap really, really slowly, and then that gives him an advantage because his tires are warmed up, so he can go like really, really fast because that's how tires work. He like injures his car multiple times on purpose so that he can bring a safety car out and exercise stall strats. And normie that I am, I don't know if these strategies are like viable or legal in real life, but I still find it like really interesting that they included them. Like, obviously, this is a sports movie. You want to have, like, big, impactful moments of strategy and surprise and decision-making. But also, this is the F1 movie, like, officially sanctioned. And it seems to be, like, actively promoting the idea that Formula One is really broken and busted and fucked up from a game design perspective. It's really interesting. So yeah, pretty bad movie. 3 out of 10 for this one. That's what I'm giving it. Bugonia. I flipping loved Bugonia. Holy shit. I saw like a not insignificant amount of people talking about how like the social commentary is really like on the nose and hackneyed. And as someone who like is kind of predisposed to thinking that movies too often prioritize like messaging at the expense of tone and character, I thought it was amazing. I loved it. Like, you've got these two characters who are both kind of sympathetic and also kind of evil in completely opposite directions to each other, which makes it just like so interesting and kind of messy and awesome to think about. Teddy has like this idea, this sort of deep-seated understanding that something is wrong, that not all is right with the world. But there's also this sort of contrarian sense of spite that means he has to position himself in opposition to humanity, the person who can rise above everyone else because he understands something that nobody else does. There's a rot, like there's this terrible disease corrupting the world, but we can't know where it's coming from, like colony collapse disorder, for instance, to name an example. That, I feel like, is the factor that turns his high-minded aspirations into a petty torture mission. Like, the revolution exists, but he can't conceive of it as systemic. It has to just be him and the person who he most hates in the world in a basement being electrocuted. It's fantastic. I love it. I mean, all of this is, like, completely erased by the ending, and that's kind of how I look at the movie. Like, I spent the entire thing just sort of thinking, I hope they're able to come up with something more interesting than it turns out that she was an alien the whole time. And, like, it's more interesting to me to see Michelle as a human for the entire thing. But even then, it's kind of cool that I love this movie so much, and it has this one factor that I just can't, I completely can't comprehend. Like, it could be there for any reason. I just don't know. But yeah, really, really good movie. Jesse Plemons, you know, he's really good at, like, playing a kind of everyman with an insane psychotic streak. Emma Stone is great. It has bees in it, so, you know, S tier movie on that merit alone. Yeah, 9 out of 10. It's fucking ace.
Thank you, Sensei. Thank you. God damn it! Viva la revolution!
This is the best one. Like, I feel kind of embarrassed, honestly. Like, I went on that whole spiel about how much I really love Bugonia, and I think that One Battle After Another is the better movie, even though I have basically nothing to say about it. But yeah, I mean, it's mesmerizing to watch Leo DiCaprio scrambling around for 3 straight hours. Like, I love nothing more than to watch that man have a little scramble. Sean Penn, as has already been widely stated, gives a disgustingly good performance. And I also like how much effort the film takes to really show the age of the evil that it's dealing with. Like, the first scene is a little montage of the French 75 liberating this immigrant detainment camp in, like, the 2000s. And, you know, this movie has some really, like, nasty things to say about the United States, but its commitment to, like, grounding itself in history means that it's kind of able to do that without, like, backsliding into reactionary nostalgia about the Trump administration. And I think that that's, like, a productive and useful sentiment to be having at a time like this. So yeah, good movie, 9 out of 10. Thumbs up. So there we go. My overall opinion? Movies are pretty good.